And now, by request of Sports Guy 528, here is another installment of a retro pricing game recap for The Price is Right. And this is the episode that aired back on June 11th, 1981. The pricing games played that day were the following: Barker's Bargain Bar, Race Game, Hole in One, Safe Crackers, Three Stripes, and Cliffhangers. The first contestant was Lillian. She played Barker's Bargain Bar for a writing desk with 3 drawers and beautiful brass holders, modeled by Juicy Janice, and a Kelvinator heavy-duty laundry pair, modeled by Darling Diane. Lillian believed the bigger bargain was the laundry pair. So we went to the desk first. Bargain price, $833. Actual retail price, $1,433, a difference of $600. Bob pointed out that when they saw that bargain difference, the audience moaned. Well, let's see what happened. For the laundry pair, bargain price, $562. Actual retail price, actual retail price, actual retail price. The reason why I'm saying it like that is because the actual retail price did not show automatically, so Diane had to push it herself. And it was revealed to be $862, a difference of $300. And after the game ended, Bob had a little talk with Janice and Diane, and he mentioned that when he came out through the big doors, he mentioned about that the women were getting older as the 9th season was coming to an end. He was not referring to the models, but he was referring to members who worked on the show, like Kathy McDonald, who is better known as Kathy Fingers Greco, and Barbara Hunter. And if I remember correctly, Bob also mentioned that the men were getting younger. Okay. Clement played Race Game for a Viking 6690 computerized sewing machine that was modeled by Janice. Then Johnny Olson went over to the 4th prize in the description, which was a Shepherd Estate Wagon barbecue server. That was modeled by Diane. Then Johnny announced the 2nd prize that was modeled by Janice, and that was a Pearl Grandfather Clock's grandfather clock. And finally, the 2nd prize that was modeled by Diane, which was actually the 3rd prize in the line of prizes, a Tappan self-cleaning convection air gas range. Now, when the 45 seconds began, after Clement placed the price tags on the prizes, with 32 seconds left, he got 1 right. Then, when he made some changes, with 22 seconds left, he got 0 right. They were all wrong. And in his 3rd chance, which would turn out to be his last chance, with 3 seconds remaining, he got 2 right. And the 2 prizes he won were the gas range at $990 and the barbecue server at $895. Both were revealed by Diane, and Janice revealed $1,399 for the sewing machine price, and the grandfather clock price, she also revealed it at $799. But Clement won the 2 prizes, totaling $1,885, and that will be considered a consolation win. Carol played Hole in One for a Dodge D150 Sweptline long bed pickup truck. That was modeled by Diane, valued at $9,661. Now, before the game begun, Happy Holly had her back turned as she was like adjusting her collar. I'd like to point out that after race game ended, Janice and Diane polled the audience asking which did they like better, their blazer collars up or down. Bob also adjusted his collar, and I don't think the audience really liked whether they liked his being up or down. A little humor from the show. Anywho, the grocery products were all displayed on a line. Nowadays, 3 are on top, 3 are on the bottom. Holly was in charge of giving Janice the markers, or the plaques, for the products. Now, Carol believed the least expensive grocery item was the Dentine chewing gum. Next, she believed the second least expensive was the Lender's frozen plain bagels. Then she chose the Vlasic hot jalapeno peppers. Next, she chose the off insect repellent. Then she chose the Boratine bleach, and leaving the enhanced instant hair conditioner as the most expensive grocery item. So on the first line was the gum, second line was the bagels, third line was the peppers, fourth line was the repellent, fifth line was the Boratine, and the sixth line had the hair conditioner. Now, Janice revealed the prices. Price of the chewing gum, 25 cents a quarter. The bagels, 59 cents. The peppers, 90 cents. The repellent, $2 and a nickel. Price of the Boratine bleach, $1.38. But Carol was putting from the fourth line, which was not a bad spot to putt at. Bob did his inspiration putt, and he claimed that whenever he does an inspiration putt for that game, he always missed. Well, did he miss on that day? No, he didn't. He got it right in, and everyone in the audience gave him a standing ovation. Bob was flattered, but he really didn't think it was for real. Alright, now it was time for Carol to putt. And when she hit the ball to make it go into the hole, she hit it a little too hard. It went over to her left. It did bounce, but it did not go in. And since hole-in-one or two was not installed yet, that was her one and only putt, and she lost. Miriam played Safecrackers for a 3-piece seating group modeled by Janice and an NGA Mitsubishi vertical audio system modeled by Holly. The Safecrackers prize package was valued at $3,110. Diane opened and closed the safe. Now Miriam had to crack the combination of the safe, which was also the price of the audio system. She believed it was $950. And when it was time to open the safe opened! Miriam became a winner! Susan played 3 strikes for a Mazda GLC 5-door hatchback modeled by Holly. The numbers in the price of the car were 3, 5, 7, and 6. Back then we had 4-digit price cars. Well, there were cars back then that cost over $10,000, but those were like luxury cars. And the 3 strikes also went into the bag, but they were placed in first, then the numbers. Alright. Susan's first draw. She drew strike 1. In her second draw, she drew the 6. She believed it was the first number, and she was correct. Now on to her third draw. She drew the 7. She believed it was the second number, but it was not. Now on to her fourth draw. She drew the number 3. She believed it was the second number, and it was. Now on to her fifth draw. She drew the 7 again. She said it was the third number this time, and she was right. So there was 1 number left and 2 strikes in the back. The sixth draw. She drew strike 2. So now in her 7th and final draw, she was either going to win the car or she was going to strike out. And when she pulled out the disc in the bag to see what it was, it turned out that it was... strike 3! And she was out. The actual retail price of the car was $6,375. There we go. Finally, we had another contestant named Carol. She was an African American, and she played cliffhangers for an Aeolian Corporation Cabaret Player Piano, modeled by Janet, valued at $3,940. Diane modeled the 3 small prizes, which were shoes from Kinney Shoe Corporation Company, a True Value True Test Waffle Baker and Grill, and a Washington Forge Town and Country tableware set. First off, for the shoes, Carol believed they were $35. They were not $35. The mountain climber went up 13 steps, but actually it was 16 steps. He stopped on the 13th step. The price revealed was $19 by Diane, and Bob noticed that was a mistake, and it should have been on the 16th step, and he claimed that the mountain climber was stupid. Well, it was revealed that Roger Dobkowitz, the former executive producer of TPIR, actually producer, but I know Bob Barker was executive producer. Anyways, Roger Dobkowitz, the Dob, who used to work on The Price is Right, was in charge of controlling the machine. Now, with that business taken care of, we then went to the Waffle Baker and Grill. Carol believed it was $37. It was not $37. The mountain climber, starting from the 16th step now, went up 8 more steps. He was on the 24th step. The price of that Waffle Baker and Grill was $29. Once again revealed by Diane. So now, Carol had to be within $1 or be exactly right of the tableware set from Washington Forge. She could only miss it by $1, no more than that. She believed that it was $61. It was not $61. The mountain climber went up to the 25th step, and then he went over. Diane revealed the price to be $62, which actually meant Carol won. Now, after it was revealed that Carol won, Roger came out by Bob's orders, and Roger claimed that the reason why the cliffhangers machine was not working properly was because it was getting old. So Bob mentioned to Roger that it was not his fault at all of the machine malfunctioning. Roger did everything right, and Carol won the 3 prizes as well that Bob mentioned in the beginning of the game. So she won a grand total of $110 in small prizes to go along with that player piano. And that was the reason why Sports Guy 528 requested for me to recap that Price is Right from 1981. And it was a memorable and historic moment, I would have to say. Okay, so on that day, we had 2 pricing games won in its entirety. They were Safecrackers and Cliffhangers. And a grand total of $1,100 in cash was given away. Carol won $100 from Hole-in-One. Hole-in-One's Carol won $100 for a perfect bid. This is before $500. And Bob would instruct Carol to reach into his side pocket to get that $100. It would be something if Drew did something like that for $500 for the ladies these days. And Miriam won $1,000 in the second Showcase Showdown. Also, a gas range and barbecue server was given away in race game. That was won by Clement. So, The MVPs of The Price is Right on that show were Miriam, Carol from Cliffhangers, and Clement, who became a double showcase winner. He won both showcases, both his showcase that he bid on, that was passed by Miriam, involving the Price is Right department store, where Diane played the role of the elevator operator, and that showcase involved a queen-size brass bed with king coil mattress, modeled by Janice in the vetting department, a Whirlpool 22 cubic foot refrigerator in the kitchen appliance department, that was modeled by Holly, a two-piece Welsh cupboard, that was modeled by Janice. I don't really remember which department Johnny mentioned that was from. And then in the entertainment department, I think, there was a Bilco 25-inch color TV AM that came with an AM FM stereo, automatic turntable, and an 8-track tape player. And the showcase that Clement also won, that was bid by Miriam, was a college graduation theme. It involved an Apple personal computer modeled by Holly, a trip to Paris that included a 6-night stay at the Hotel Commodore modeled by Janice, and a 19-foot Kit Road Ranger self-contained travel trailer modeled by Diane. Clement bid $6,200 on his showcase. The actual retail price was $6,204! And a difference of $4, he won both showcases. And as we heard the bell clang and the whoop of the sirens, Bob mentioned to Clement that he won almost $21,000 in prizes. On that day, his total winnings were $20,923. Really an impressive bid. So I consider this retro pricing game recap to Sports Guy 528 as an early birthday present to him. And this retro edition of the Price is Right pricing game recap is brought to you by Come On Down! Behind the Big Doors at The Price is Right. Written by Stan Blitz with a foreword by Bob Barker. My next retro pricing game recap will be done by the request of Neil Rocks 87. It will be the Price is Right episode from February 6, 1983. This is the episode in which 7277 Genius is uploaded entitled, Oh, What a Hangover Day. And then after that retro recap, requested by Ben M72487, a Price is Right episode from November 1996. Look forward to those uploads by me, and I'll see you around. And remember, help control the pet population by having your pets spayed or neutered.